Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. So I'm hoping that the construction outside of my apartment stays off for a little bit. But today we're going to be doing an unboxing of our April Twisted Retreat book box. Super excited about that. Twisted Retreat is a monthly horror subscription book box. Every single month you do get one, sometimes two, limited edition printings of a recently released horror novel along with some horror goodies. It is by the Unplugged company. They do a lot of pairing of reading with self-care. I really love this company, and this box has been an absolute delight. And if you've missed out on some of the Twisted Retreat boxes, whether it be like the book only or the real box, like the full box, my Pango bookstore might have a copy of the limited edition printing of Antinora. Just so you know, I do have my link down below in case you guys are interested, but it is a really beautiful copy that I have right here. It's got its nice little like stenciled edges, like foiled edges that you would call it, and then it's got this like beautiful little silver hardware. This book is so stunning. It was not a book that I really loved personally, so I am decluttering it, but I thought I would let you guys know. I have a couple other books on there as well if you're interested. All of my books are like somewhere between I think like $5 and $13 depending on what they are. No pressure, just letting you guys know that exists. Anyhow, every single month I get this box for $62. That is a hefty amount. However, it does include the shipping and handling. I think it's worth it. I do really love the editions that we get every single month. And the last couple months, oh my goodness, the books have been killing it. Like Hiding Lies was phenomenal, and Hush My Darling was so creepy. So really excited to see what is in this box. All right, so she's in kind of a boring package today, but let's open her up and see what we have. I am filming this on May 2nd, so she is also a little late. But not as late as some of the boxes have come. They're supposed to come the like last week of the month. So this should have come like April like 28-ish. So it's a couple days late, but not super mad at it. Okay, so here is what she looks like when I open her up. And let's see, we will put our spoiler card to the side for now. Let's see, I'm gonna grab whatever this is. We have a body spray to begin with. This is Cloves, Jasmine, and Survival. That's the scent. The title is The Plague. And this is by Natural Pure Honest. Ooh. The clove is really heavy in this. This is really nice. This is quite a lovely mist. There we go. Okay, next I think we have a napkin holder. Oh wait, there's like a little pin inside my napkin holder. Oh, this is cute. Okay. So we have a little machete pin, but if you look really closely, it's Jason in the machete. I'm gonna hope and pray that you guys can see that. I don't know, sometimes my camera gets weird with this stuff. But yeah, it's super cute and tiny. I love that. I almost missed it completely. So whoever packed it, good job for putting it in the napkin holder so it would actually be seen. And then we have our napkin holder. I think that's what this is. This is a spore napkin holder. This reminds me quite a lot of Briar Dark. Maybe that's what this is. We got some mushrooms growing out of a skull. Very cute. At least I think it's a mushroom. I know it's a mushroom. I think it's a napkin holder. That's the only thing I can imagine that this is. Ooh, gross. Next up we get Spine Chilling Slushy Mix, which is mango passion fruit flavored. I do not mean to be mean by saying gross. I work in a bar. Frozen drinks I don't have a fondness for, but very cool. I'm sure this is probably delicious. I do love mango passion fruit, so maybe I will make this. Yeah, you blend it with wine. Interesting. So it's like a sangria. Huh. Alrighty, well, I might try this then. Maybe I'll have a little 4th of July style barbecue and we'll try it. Not that I'll do this on 4th of July. I usually have a 4th of July barbecue, so that's all. Okay, then we have this little boxy box here. Are you a water bottle? I think you're a water bottle. That would be awesome if you are. Oh, ow. Okay, so we have like a death's head moth, sort of, We have a moth water bottle, it looks like. This is really, really sturdy. Like, this is probably the sturdiest water bottle they've ever sent us over the years. This is also beautiful. So we do have a moth, and then we have, like, a skull. So not a death's head moth, but, you know, moths and death's head. And this kind of, like, wooden top moment. This could also be, like, for soup, but, like, a thermos. I'm going to use this for water. This is great and very, very pretty. Wow, I really like this. And again, it's, like, really sturdy. It's definitely hefty. It does not feel cheaply made at all. Oh my goodness, I don't know what this is, but it's really pretty. Okay, so we have like this stone with Edgar Allan Poe and like a raven sitting on his head of like the kind of like iconic Edgar Allan Poe portrait. I don't know what this is. It's got these little feet on the bottom, so I'm assuming it sits like on the ground. But it's like granite, like it's real weighty, and I don't want to like fully unwrap it yet, just because I don't know, I'm like scared I'm gonna scratch it. But very, very pretty. I do not know what it is though, but it's cute. Okay. Oh, and then we get a candle. Oh, it's the troop. And it says it's campfire, leather, and infection. Ooh. Oh, I really, really like this. This reminds me of like an Abercrombie store. It smells really nice. And it's a wood wick candle, so love that. There you are. Ooh, we got a lot of items this month. Okay, and then we have our book. So let's take this out. So we have The Sanctuary by Valentina Cano Repetto, I think is what that says. There's like branches on the last name, so I'm not 100% sure, but let's take her out of the cellophane, out of the plastic wrap. I don't know why I'm referring to everything as she today. I'm like in a very good mood, and I feel like I personify things when I am. Okay, so it says some plagues are just evil. Oh, some places. Some places are just evil. These little branches are making it so difficult to read certain things. Amazing. So it says, in 1930s Italy, a woman must battle sinister forces threatening her life and sanity when she and her husband move into an abandoned, rundown, and isolated watermill. All right, so we have this like beautiful like moon stenciled edge moment that kind of carries down into the forest. And then you get like the roots and like the ground. I like that motif. When we take this off, we have a really, really simplistic and pretty cover that just says The Sanctuary and then Valentino Cano Repetto. I love that it's the name and the author, title and author, on both the front and the spine. And then we have a very simplistic back. The interior, we have this like nice little woodsy moment. That kind of is a little different. I feel like this doesn't quite fit the aesthetic of everything else, but I don't know, maybe that tree is going to be super important later. And it is signed, which is awesome. Love that. All right, let's read what this is about. So it says, all right, branches are on some of this, so I might get some of this wrong. Grief leaves a stain. Sibylla Finoglio? Finoglio? Okay, let's go with Sibylla Finoglio. Wants nothing more than to live with her husband in this rundown, derelict watermill, uninhabited since the Renaissance after a mysterious disaster befell the previous owners. The mill requires extensive repairs, but there is something sinister about the mill. Repairs are violently undone. Half-seen figures begin stalking Sibylla through the grounds, and haunting echoes of the previous owners' lives infiltrate the present. As the disturbances grow more vicious and her husband more secretive, she realizes that she and her child are in danger. Alrighty. Cool. Very cool. Something really interesting about this is this edition has an ISBN number back here, which I think means that this is probably like the original cover of the book. Usually they do not feature this on the back. They are like completely redone design, so it's interesting that that has that. It has like all of like the publisher's info on the back. I don't know what that's about, but just thought I would point that out. Cool. This sounds really, really quite interesting. I really, really like the cover of this book, I have to say. Okay, so let's go through our spoiler card. So our theme this month is not listed. Okay, our theme this month is not listed on the spoiler card. Sorry. But it says we get the Deadly Moth Double Wall Vacuum Tumbler. It is dishwasher safe. Cool. And it can be used for beverages to keep them cold or hot. Love that. Super, super, super love that. We get the Cabin in the Woods and Poe coasters. Are there two? Oh my god, hold on. There's two. Okay, these are literally the most enormous posters ever. Oh, so creepy. Okay, so yeah, we got a little cabin in the woods here. And look at me. My fingerprints are just like already messing it up. But okay, so these are definitely some type of coaster. I don't know what, like for a big old teapot basically. But we do get a little cabin in the woods and we do get a Poe. I adore both of these iconic horror figure movie. So super, super stoked with this. Ah, I love that. I gotta figure out what the hell I'm gonna do with these because these are enormous. These are enormous. Awesome. Awesome. I love that there's two. That was a nice surprise. We get the creepy napkin holder. Ha, it is a napkin holder. I'm just gonna tell myself that this is Briar Dark because it looks so much like the Briar Dark covers. We get the troop candle. This smells amazing. And the plague body spray, which also smells great. The slushy mix, which whatever. And then the Jason enamel pin, which I do think is super cute and tiny and fun. Alongside our book, which is The Sanctuary, which is pretty much almost the exact same as the original cover, except like the leaves on the original, or the branches on the original cover are red. So you can kind of see here a little bit of a difference. I really do like this cover. I think it's quite striking. Okay, so our May sneak peek. Our theme is What Lurks in the Dark, and it says this month's box features, cannot talk today. It says this month's box features a book from a highly requested author. It includes a gorgeous exclusive hardcover edition with stunning artwork and is signed by the author. I think it might be the new Eric LaRocca book. I think it might. I'm not 100% sure, but I saw a spoiler and I think that's what it was. I'm very sorry if I'm wrong, but I remember like thinking to myself, oh my goodness, I almost bought the new book because like now I'm kind of interested in reading more from him now that I've read like 2 pieces of his work. So I think that's who the author is, and that'll be really, really cool. It'll be one of the first times that they're doing a really big name author in this box, I think. And it says the full box includes some large items that we've never done, including something that will make a huge splash in your library. Okay. There's also the final candle until autumn and much more to be announced. Alrighty. I'm really happy with this box. I really, really, really like a lot of the items in here. I think their attentions to detail are really spot on. This book speaks to me. I think the cover is pretty. I'm interested to read more. And I also like that this is an author who was born in Uruguay to an Italian and Latino family and then like grew up in Miami. So I think we're going to get a lot of really cool insight into the characters in this book based on the cultures that our author came from. I think that's really awesome. Candle smells delicious. Even though it's like the troop and I'm like, you know, I'll leave it at that. I'm not a big Nick Cutter fan, but I do love the smell of this candle. I think this is super cool. I hate Sporer, but like this is so practical. I do not have this in my kitchen. This is great. I will use this. It's fun. It's creepy. It reminds me of Briar Dark, and I love Briar Dark, so love that. These are super cool. Like, really my only complaint is, like, I kind of wish they were smaller so I could, like, justify them being drink coasters, because they're just, so, like, they're the size of my head. So I'm not really sure what type of coasters they are, but they are fun, and they are very, very pretty, and I'm happy that there's 2, and they're different fandoms, and they're both fandoms that I really like, so love that. This is nice, the plague spray. Super creepy, like, design on the bottle as well. The bottle is kind of plasticky and cheap, which, like, not really that big of a deal, but it's like opaque, and usually they're a little bit more translucent when we get body sprays. Again, this is just me just pointing something out. I really don't care, but I do like the scent inside of it, and it's Natural Pure Honest. I do really like that brand. We get our little Jason pan, which is so cute. I have to figure out where I'm gonna put him. It's so funny and subtle. I think this is fantastic. I am definitely gonna use this. I like that it's good for hot and cold. I'm probably only going to use it for cold, but I love when it keeps my water like ice, ice, ice cold. So really, really stoked on this. And then I don't know what I'm gonna do with this. Maybe I'll make some Mango Passion white wine coolers. I don't know. We will see. But yeah, no, I'm really content with this box. So let me know what you guys think about it down below. And I can't wait to see what the next one is. I hope I'm right about Eric LaRocca. That'll be really cool. Alan Baxter, I feel like, was the only other really, like, big name author. And I guess they did Monica Kim's The Eyes Are the Best Part, but that was a debut author release. So even though that got a lot of traction, that was more of like a debut moment. So I'm really excited to see them getting larger named authors. I would love to see them do like a Ronald Melfi edition and a Tim Meyer edition and an Anya Allborn edition or Christopher Triana. There's so many fun authors I would love to see from Twisted Retreat, so hopefully we are headed in that direction. Anyways, that is all that I have for you guys today. As always, I'm trying to post 2 times a week, trying to get back to my normal schedule, slowly getting there. And if you enjoy these videos, please hit the like and subscribe buttons down below, and I will catch you on the next one.